Everybody, welcome back to the League of Legends Season 1 Championship Finals. We are in the second winner bracket semifinal. Fnatic is up 1-0 against Epik Gaming. We have started right away into the picks and bans. We are there right now. Fnatic has first pick and first ban. PK is the captain on this one, and we are waiting to see his first choice. He's got 18 seconds left on that decision, and we're going to see, I'm estimating, probably, Corky? No, Vladimir's the first one. Okay, they've banned out Vladimir. They're really afraid of Salsi playing him. They know that, you know, their mage players, PK and Shushe, are strong enough they can pick almost any mage out there. Right away, the ban is on Rumble. So we've seen mirrored bans so far. Vladimir and Rumble, the early bans out for Fnatic and Epik. It's now Fnatic scored again, 17 seconds in there. Taric, again, the exact same bans over and over. It seems that they're more confident in their support play of non-Taric, but they're really afraid of that Taric pick. So, so far, exactly the same bans, and that is what's going to be played on right here. Epik has another 15 seconds on their second ban choice, and you think it's going to be another repeat?
It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, to see the same bans going in. Epik obviously had an idea in the head from that game, and to be honest, if they're smart and they really believe that what they had planned worked and that game just wasn't their time, then they'd probably just go for it again and do what they really planned last time. So we see the third ban for Fnatic will be Akali.
Yes, indeed. So that's going to be a little bit different from the Corky ban last time, still aimed at Westerice. But this time the Akali's banned out, and this actually does give, I think, Epik the chance to run that Corky top and then the Misfortune plus support bottom, which I think was the best strategy I've seen them play so far. The ban is on a Mumu, and that I think is really, really smart, where, you know, they really trust Dan Din's jungling with, you know, with Nunu, with War, with a lot of different choices there. And now certainly Fnatic could go, like, take Nunu, then take Lanewick, and force Dan Din into a fourth pick jungler. But I mean, you know, even Nocturne is not at all a bad choice. And the first pick is actually Janna, so still Sona and Soraka available as supports, and I think Soraka played very well last time. Sona's been a very heavily contested pick from the teams as well, so I think that's going to be pretty strong. But here's their chance to take, you know, a lot of really great choices here. They have first pick on jungler. They can take Nunu against Warwick. They have first pick on mage, first pick on ranged AD. Vayne's still in there. Oh, Dyrus on Jax. So, first game of the day, I had my fanboy moment of Dyrus playing Singed.
Dyrus is your favorite player,
Dyrus
right?
seems to be my favorite player. Dyrus plays the most ridiculously random champions. Dyrus on Jax, honestly, people at home are going to be applauding for this one. Dyrus, since beta, has been a Jax player. And if this is really going to be there, that's putting on a show for the fans, if nothing else. That is, I will try not to gush over it too much. I got flamed for it last time, but honestly at this point I actually want to cheer for Epik just to make it a 1-to-1 score, even if not to have them win the best of 3, but I want to cast those 3 games. Rivington and Daniel, they keep getting the more epic BO3s, and Joe and I deserve our time. People actually sighed in the audience when he switched over. I swear to you, that happened. But Malzahar and Nunu are the grabs there. Dyrus, a #1 troll, apparently in North America, switches that out at the last second. So Malzahar and Nunu, though, great picks so far, actually. Those are really strong champions.
Yeah, we've been trolled a couple of times with this event, actually. Damn guys. Yeah, Cyanide with Jarvan and Alistair with Lamia is the next 2 picks, and they were very quick, actually. No messing around from Fnatic. They don't want this break to go on too long. I guess get into their momentum, their momentous stride once again, as we've seen from them so far in this game. They're 1-0 up. So yeah, next 2 coming out from Epik, and it looks like we're going to have Vayne once again.
So pretty similar lineup so far. It looks like the jungle Jarvan, they're going to be a switch up. So basically we've traded places where Malzahar not going to be on Epik, Jarvan going to be on Fnatic. But Sign and FI going to be jungling Jarvan. They seem to not basically EU doesn't seem to run Jarvan very much. And when they do, it's Cyanide jungling him, and he's been really strong in that role so far. So I can't really hate. But he's going to be, you know, oh, cool, double lift. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and yep, there's applause in the audience. Double lift, going to have Blitzcrank picked up. I mean, we still have the chance to get that last Jax pick in there, because the thing is, you know, Westerice is going to be on Vayne, and Salsi is going to be on Malzahar, and Dan. I mean, basically, yeah, Dyrus still has a champion to pick. Dyrus can still get a champion. It could still be Jax, and I would love to see that. We saw the very last game of AAA versus TSM was actually like American All-Star Team, where it was like, these are all the champions you see in like top ranked queue, and it was just like Rumble says, lol, no problem. But I would love to see, this seems to be pretty much the all-star lineup where Epik, it's do or die. It's like, look, let's play the champs we know how to play. Let's play the guys that we know we're good at, that we know we can do cool things with. And I'm glad to see Blitzcrank in here. Doublelift, one of the best Blitzcrank players the game has ever seen. Ooh, and some nice final picks here. A lot of crowd control here. Ash picked up once more, and it's now Karthus the mage drop. Malzahar's gone, so it's Karthus now, but otherwise a fairly similar lineup to before.
Yeah, a very nice one as well. I mean, PK's Karthus is very, very scary for anyone that's going to go up against him, as is his Swain. So a couple of options left open, obviously, for PK, and they're going to go with Karthus. And the final pick coming up for West Rice, will it be Jax?
I mean, it could be. His lane actually, against Karthus, hits a really strong lane to fight Karthus with Jax. Karthus, I don't think he can get him on the way back. Oh, they're going for a support pick, so it will be Soraka. Dyrus will get, not Jax, but Soraka, or he's trolling us. Honestly, I mean, we have 40 seconds still on that pick. I don't want to speculate too much because my heart keeps, skipping a beat, and then, that moves on. So the team from Fnatic, though, quite strong. A lot of AoE area denial. Jarvan jumps in, and then Karthus can jump in there as well, turn on E, and get a ton of damage with the file. Lamia Zealot going to be on Ash and get some nice stuns and slows in there. And the AP Alistar going to be quite strong as well. Still got 15 seconds left on this pick. They're going to keep discussing. This is their final pick. This is a do-or-die game from Epik. They must win this to stay alive in the winner bracket. Even if they do lose, they'll just simply drop to the lower bracket and fight TSM for the right to stay alive. The loser of that game would take 4th place. 3 seconds left. Will it be Soraka? Looks like it will be. They're going to let that one time out. And yes, Soraka is the last pick there. So no Jack, but we still do have Blitzcrank. And Lamb's going to be quite strong from this team as well. They have great single target picking. Fnatic much more of an AoE comp really with AP Alistar, with Karthus, with all that going on there. But a single target comp really. Vayne, very much single target focused. Malzahar, very single target focused as well. And Doublelift, really going to come in there, break some channels. That doesn't really mean a lot, though. There are no major channels in from Fnatic, but he can be very disruptive against Alistar. He can be very disruptive against Jarvan as well. Pull him out of that ultimate and really get him into some nice situations. And think about junglers from EU, and really in this game so far, junglers don't get to farm that much. Junglers really hit that 100 minion mark pretty late in the game, so Jarvan won't be farmed. Jarvan can be picked out and killed, and he's going to be up in the front, so that shouldn't be too hard for them.
Well, as you mentioned, this is the Epik do-or-die game, in all fairness. They lose this one, they're down to low bracket. They're not out of the tournament, it is double elimination. So they'll just have to go down and face TSM, but one of them, or maybe not Epik, could be still Fnatic, of course. The team, when you lose in the low bracket, that's it. And obviously that team will be the 4th place team. The winner of this game will be going through into the upper bracket grand final, which guarantees you the top 3 position. Yeah,
and the guaranteed top 3 is nice. It's guaranteed extra prize money. The last 35 seconds now ticking down as the players have swapped around. So the actual lineups are indeed XPK going to be on Karthus, Cyanidify jungling on Jarvan, Lamia Zealot playing Ash 2nd time in a row, Melisande playing John the 2nd time in a row, Shushay, AP Alistar again in a row. A lot of these champions have not changed. Dan Din still on that new Smite there locked in for him. Dyrus going to be Soraka once more. Salsi going to be on Malzahar this time instead of the Swain from before. Doublelift, though, getting that Blitzcrank. He's got Exhaust and Flash, and there's a lot of single target pick out. And West Rice at the bottom lane going to be Exhaust and Flash. And actually, interestingly enough, I don't know if it's going to be Doublelift soloing or West Rice soloing, because I don't know if they might. That's the weird thing about their lineups there, is that Doublelift is not exactly going to be the best solo champion there. He really wants to have someone to play with when you're going to be Blitzcrank. So as this game loads, the elephant in the room was, of course, the disconnect from West Rice early on in that game. Did put him down in levels and minion kills. And ultimately, the ruling is, in the first 5 minutes or before first blood, disconnects a remake, no problem. But the ruling is, though, after that point, and the teams are made aware of this, when there's a disconnect, the game moves on. Usually there's a lot of sportsmanship where they won't push on and take Baron 5v4 or Dragon 5v4. They'll farm because that's what they're going to do. But usually they don't force major teams by let the guy reconnect. But that is the unfortunate circumstance where the game does move on. And the reason for that is because, realistically, sometimes you do push on and try to use that to your advantage and force regames in losing situations. But we are into game 2. It is a best of 3. Moving on to Fnatic versus Epik. Game's going to start in about 5 seconds. Let's get a round of applause for the players into these games. And here are with the Fnatic dance party by their inhibitor. Look at everyone /D doing well. Actually, Ash is spamming that with slash move, so not really doing anything but rotating around. Pretty interesting things there, doing some very strange things between all these players. Looks like Epik, though, going to push their way down mid, and yeah, we're going to see how this one ends up playing out. So far, they are all camping themselves in mid. No one's really going for any kind of aggressive play whatsoever. The dance move's quite epic from Fnatic. Zoom in on them, and they're doing a wonderful job here, showing off their moves. Epik actually not dancing, but holding themselves together as well. I really would like to see some /D moves from there. Where's Darius? Where's that /laugh? I haven't really heard it yet from that Soraka. But, you know, that is his style, to spam out those laughs as the game goes on. Looks like Fnatic getting ready to push around across this map now. Going to go moving over towards mid. Shusha actually spamming forward in /D, still doing the stutter step. Just a little bit of styling coming on from there. I'm a little bit sad he's not playing Gragas after he cosplayed him earlier today, but hey, whatever, you know. When you want to win some money, when you want to win a tournament, you're going to play what you think is going to give you the best chance of winning, not just what you're playing dressed as. But Epik actually does go for a jungle invasion. They're going to be taking over, looks like the Wraith pretty easily from Dan Din, and the rest of these mobs going to get dropped down. And Alistar would just simply stay in mid. And we're going to see what these lane lineups end up being. No summoner teleport for Epik, and no summoner teleport for Fnatic. So whoever goes top is going to take the long way around here. And they're going to go for the Lizard buff steal. This is really cool from Epik right here. They're going to give that Lizard buff to whomever they want. Flash was just used. I think that was a misclick there, but Dan Din actually flashing out of the way. He's going to get that Lizard buff onto Westrice. Good advantage to have there. Malzahar going to stay in mid for now. And looks like Dyrus plus Double Lift will be the bottom lane, and Vayne will be soloing mid against Alistar. Maybe top. Salsi is jumping up towards the top of that lane, but no one's doing anything about it just yet. Shusha pushing in, doing a little bit of damage. But Vayne in from the back onto Shusha. He's taking a ton of damage, almost picking him down below half health. Nice early aggression there. Unfortunately, just not able to do quite enough damage to pick that one up. That flash did help him quite a bit. If he'd happened to get in range for exhaust, maybe he would have picked that one up, but always going to go for it again if they can pick up the flash exhaust combo. Westrice does have it. Still, no one is top lane, though. PK getting free farm. Now Westrice will move the rest of the way across that map. A little bit of early aggression was powerful, but looked like they don't get too much out of it. Blitzcrank Soraka going to try to gain some lane, some gold right here. Double Lift going to be babysat and gain lots of gold. And we saw him do that earlier with Poppy in the NA qualifiers, where he was just babysat to gain tons and tons of gold. Westrice going to be fighting against PK, and actually PK is quite low on mana. And only has boots and health potions, so Westrice really could play aggressively and force him into a terrible situation. Only 200 mana is going to be a number of lay waste, but honestly Westrice could do some crazy pushes here and get some good things done for himself.
Yeah, I think Westrice has got to dominate this lane early, and actually will go aggressive there. Not exactly doing a ton of damage either onto PK up in middle. Shusha is just being completely annoying to Salsate. Always knocking him out of range. Obviously, Shusha has gone down fairly low there. Down on the bottom lane, we can see that Ash and Janna have pushed it quite nicely. The Blitzcrank obviously down there, which is I think the first time we've seen Blitzcrank this tournament. Definitely not in any of our games.
Not in any of our, I think this is the first time we saw him in this tournament. We saw the one Mordekaiser roll, but then he got banned out for the rest of those games. Looks like Westrice going to continue to last hit as best he can against his turret. Yes, indeed, as best he can. Malzahar, though, doing a great job against Shusha in mid, though. That early aggression really got punished by Malefic Visions and the Voidling. Shusha still, though, with pretty much full man, thanks to that Doran's Ring, going to keep spamming that heal and sustain himself in that lane quite well. PK coming back in towards the top lane, and yeah, he's actually gotten himself quite a bit of health back. And there we go, Westrice going to push in. He has tumbled into range, and a lot of damage from this Lizard buff. A lot of damage, and there we go. Oops, forgot about the double Fog of War. Going to make that one a little bit prettier for you guys, but wow, the damage output pretty good from Westrice. PK taking a fair amount of damage, chugging one of those health potions, and Westrice still pushing in. PK taking a lot of damage every single time that happens. And the boots of speed plus passive means that Westrice really can just keep doing that. In the mid, we have a little bit of damage coming out there. Silent FI did come in to try to support that push onto Salsi, but Salsi in pretty good shape here. Not taking too much damage from that push, even though the double knockup could have done a lot there. It's not doing too terribly much. Dan Din picking up his golem for himself, and not going to come over and clear wolves now. Lizard buff will be timing out now for Westrice. He's level 5 there, getting a bit of a level advantage because of that push. Looks like, some aggression coming in, takes it, lay waste to the feet, and Silent FI coming in from the side. Westrice has to be careful about this one. He's going to take quite a bit of damage. He's going to tumble now from across and make it out safely. Silent FI, though, will stay around and maybe play a little bit more aggressively, though he has zoned out Vayne entirely. Alistar versus Vlad, or versus Mouse. He takes 2 turret shots for that. I think that was a mistake. Of course, he has a lot of mana, so he can heal himself up, but still, I think a bit of a mistake there. And here comes Dandin in from the side. Shushe's flash looks like it is down for 3 more seconds. The Ice Blast comes out. Will that be first blood? Yes, it will. Salty picking that one up. Great shot by Dandin. Literally 3 seconds from Flash being up. I'm sorry I wasn't watching the fight because I was looking for that cooldown, and indeed it was down, and that was beautiful. That early aggression from Vayne actually did pay off early on, and that's what you really want to do is force those cooldowns, and then the push comes in, and then they get the kill just in time. And I don't know if they typed, hey, at this time this Flash will come back, but it was enough for them. They did get that gank in there. The first blood coming in for Epik, and that's really what they wanted to see. They're now up by 600 gold. He's also going to clear out this mini wave and probably push back. Now is level 6. The thing is, Alistar is not yet level 6, so that's going to be a big deal if he can get another push in there before Alistar can get that ultimate. He's going to get pinned down by that ult, and that's going to mean a lot of things.
Yep, Nunu may come for a bit of a peek. He's not got much mana at the moment, Dandin. And it looks like he is going to go back in towards the towards that middle area. Cyanide just continuing also on his jungle path, just finishing off the wolves. Down in the bottom lane, Double Lift and Darius having a little bit of trouble pushing out at all, actually, from this turret. And we are going to see a bit of pressure here on the top as we see Westrise tumbling in. Actually, PK does have to use his flash to get out of that one safe. Just 2 bars of health left. And he will be pulling back home and buying himself whatever he can afford, which Castle is a protector will be the first thing out.
Yeah, it's a really good play from Westrise. Ultimately, forced the flash out from... and, you know, that's when you saw the flash get forced. They turned it into a kill when Nunu showed up. So this is really great play from Westrise. That aggressive play really giving them a lot of great openings here. That is really what you want to see. Double Lift actually last inning almost as well as Ashe. Despite being pushed up against his turret, you see that Double Lift is rocking 46 minion kills to 49. So that is going to be a very farmed Blitzcrank, actually. The most farmed than his team. And honestly, second place overall in the game. Down 3 minion kills, not so bad. Nunu in with 25, the jungler on Jarvan only 19. So ultimately, Epik is pushing themselves into a great advantage here. Even though Double Lift has not been forced back to base just yet, has not spent a single one of his consumables, is doing a great job in this lane. Going to be the first place minion killer pretty soon now. Unfortunately, though, his passive on the ultimate doing a pretty good job in picking some of those up for him, and maybe against him, though, as it's dealing damage he's not quite expecting to come in.
Got a lot of flashes actually. Sorry, pings up at top, flashes.
Yeah, well,
pings around
true
there.
Though.
And actually, PK is starting to move his way back. Is he going to go down middle?
Oh,
no. Dan didn't
he's
actually.
Gonna ward, but
yeah, there is a ward in that middle area down already from Epik, so they should know that PK is starting to work his way in. And PK is going to come straight into this middle lane. And what's the plan? Maybe a dragon?
Well, Jarvan came over as well, so they really were going for a gank onto Salsi. Even though he does have his Ghost and Flash up, they're like, well, look, if we get a Flash out, so actually they are going for a dragon. That is the actual, you were correct on that one. It was not for the gank. They have spotted this, but it might go down too quickly. It looks like no one can really help that one out. That is a very fast dragon. Great play. Oh, the Blitzcrank pull onto Karthus. Karthus might go down right here. Can they get the rest of this? Looks like the kill on Dragon did go to Cyanide, but he is super low right now. Double Lift will pick up that kill with the ultimate, and they're going to now move on to Lamia Zealot, taking a little bit of damage there. Shushe has been exhausted, and there's the ult on Lamia Zealot, the full channel ult from Nunu. Can he drop down? Yes, he will. And Double Lift now going to try to do what he can against Shushe. The ult has timed out. He will flash the wall. Oh, the pull almost grabbed him, but Westrise picks up the kill onto Karthus, and they are still moving down 4-0 the kill score. The channel off, and that will be a not dead Double Lift with 50 health. Oh, great play, Epik. They lost the dragon, and I want to berate him real quick, because Double Lift lived with 50 health and still has 2 health potions. So he got low in the team fight, knew Karthus was there, and was like, I don't need to heal, who needs that? So he almost threw away a kill that he didn't need to give away because he had health potions and almost no health. But in the end, 4-0. Sure, they lost dragon, but look at that score line. They got concentrated gold on the right target. Malzahar up to 2 kills. Vayne's got 1. Uni with a bunch of assists. You know, Dragon is worth about 2 champion kills worth of gold, but they got 3, I thought. I might be miscounting. I thought it was 1-0 before that fight started. Certainly it's 4-0 now. They're up about 800 gold. Epik doing a great job. They are coming back, and this looks like to be a game about as epic as we saw in game 1, 2, and 3 of Fnatic, or sorry, of AAA versus TSM. And I'm only hoping that we see a couple more 50-minute slugfests, because those were epic, epic, epic games.
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, great comeback by Epik. This is what they really need. They had to get off to a good start, had to get their confidence back after that first game, and that's exactly how they've come out into this one. And it's going to be great to see how this match will be shaping up. On the top lane, Westrice is forcing PK to move back. They are similar level despite the early pressure from Westrice, and managed to push XPK back out, and he will put some more pressure on there in this top lane. PK forced onto his turret for a little while, and we are getting some pings coming up, and they know that Alistair is on his way up there. PK is going to start to make the move in, but I think Westrice is very safe from this situation here, not taking really any damage.
Yeah,
so
close,
not quite the what they were looking for.
That was an Ash arrow that he tumbled out of the way. You didn't quite see him. He kind of pushed up against the turret there, but it got him just out of the range of that Ash arrow. That was a nice shot, a very nice shot from Ash. That would have definitely been a kill, though, if they had landed that. So beautiful play there to tumble just out of the range, just in time by Westrice. Alistair was almost in range, but thankfully he got boots too early, and that got him just out of the way from that wall just in time, and did not manage to drop down to the chain stun combo. So Westrice still going to fight XPK, and he's still got a great chance here. And looks like at the bottom lane, we got some pushes going on. Doublelift's going to take a tornado to the back of the face, and he's going to, I don't know how the back of the face even is a thing, but hey, whatever. Doublelift going to go ahead and get some heals from Soraka. He's going to be all right here. He's got the Catalyst. He's going for Sheen next. The ult comes out, doing some nice damage to these minions, farming his way up. He's got 73, which is only still 3 behind that Ash. And they need to kill John and X to make that a 0-1-0-1-0-1-0-1-0-1 lineup for Fnatic. Which, sorry, I'm sounding very biased for this. I apologize. I was very energetic to get us game 3. That's really all I'm going for here. And so also getting pushed around by Shushe, getting a lot of free harass there. His ability power is enough that he has chain healing, so he's going to start winning this lane quite well for himself. He's got the chain heal and great harassment, so Salsi going to be in a little bit of bad shape. He's got only 2 Doran's rings and the Sorcerer's shoes, so I think Shushe started to out-itemize him a little bit. And we'll see how this one plays out. PK going to wait for the cooldown. Actually, the cooldown is up on his ultimate, so the next team fight, he'll be in good shape. He's level 9, so he's got that maxed out lay waste. Westrice going to play a little bit aggressively, but I think PK can actually win a fight if they do battle. And we're going to test that one right now. He's going to push him backwards, going to go for a couple of auto attacks, but now takes a lay waste to the feet, and immediately that damage is returned. Good shot there by PK, doing some nice damage here. And Westrice going to last hit, but he's going to push up pretty aggressively. I guess he feels safe. The junglers might be far, but he's going to go in for the aggressive, but he's going to take an exhaust to the face and lay waste to the feet. Westrice going to jump in anyway onto PK. Can he do enough damage? The ultimate is popped. One more attack, he might pick up a kill, and yes, going to tumble in and pick that one up. Will he out of the turret? No, he will not. Karthus will channel his ultimate, but Westrice, with a lot of help, the Soraka, a great counter pick, incidentally, onto Karthus, just gets that wish in there, and that's going to mean a perfectly safe and pleasant Karthus ultimate, not giving any kills, just putting on a light show for the players. And, that's not so bad. So, 5-0 so far for Epik. They are putting on a great game. Now, the kill score, while it's big, the differential, 5-0, the gold is still really close. And there's the pull onto John. They're going for it one again. Dyrus putting out a ton of damage. Can they pick up the kill onto Melisande? I don't know, because Ash is doing some nice damage back. Doublelift still chasing in here. Gets the knock up onto Melisande. Will they get enough damage here? Looks like to be pretty dangerous. And now Doublelift getting pushed into the wall. And, that heal was great for Melisande. They're still going for it. Dyrus going low as well. Can they pick it up? No, the Flash will dodge that hook. Great job by Melisande, baiting him out. And now Ash going to play aggressively, forcing Soraka back, now playing aggressively onto Doublelift, and Doublelift might go down here. Ash might pick up the first kill of the game for their team, gets a slow on, but no, Doublelift will knock up, then Flash, he will make it away safely.
Shushi's coming in now behind, and he will actually get that kill onto Doublelift.
Nice.
They did not expect that one, and that is the first kill of game number 2 for Fnatic. Nice moving from Shushi. And that's what we've seen from him so often. Up at this top lane, though, we've got a bit of pressure on as well. Westrice looking like he will go down. Cyanide does get hit by the tower at the end, and that will be 2 in a row for Fnatic. This game is looking to be a great one.
Yeah, he played that one a little bit too aggressively. Didn't really, I think he super underestimated the damage output that Karthus can put down when you're alone and getting hit by lay waste. Ultimately, he could have actually tumbled backwards and gotten usually away from the ult. Oh, I completely missed. Ash getting a kill there onto Dyrus as well, so 3 kills now in a row. Sorry for that one. But now Ash not in great shape. He's getting pushed around a little bit by Dan Dim, but Shushe actually zoning him out quite nicely. And the ultimate getting channeled here. Sauls has killed a turret, but Dyrus Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Darius. Dan Din actually pushing Shushay down, and he actually managed to pick up a lot of stuff there. Shushay not in great shape, getting chain slowed, and this is going to almost definitely be a kill here. Another Ice Blast coming in, going to push himself into range. Yes, Doublelift picking up that kill onto Shushay, bringing that back to 6-3 finally. But they're only up by 400 gold now with that giant kill spree. It looks like Epik has positioned themselves perfectly for a dragon attempt. So everyone's going to respawn and push themselves back into range, and Soraka does have Wish still.
Fnatic is sniffing around it though, so maybe this is not quite as clear-cut as Epik think, and they're going to have to back away from it. And Dragon will actually return onto its spawn point. Looks like Epik will try and put the chase off. Nice slow bar down inside of the brush as well, and Epik will back away. Probably back onto Dragon, although there is a ward in that bush, so Fnatic will know and will be able to get into a position again to stop that from happening.
Yeah, but it's still a 5v4. Alistar has just now respawned. It looks like they have positioning this time around. Malzahar can chase someone down. He can actually basically single out whoever leaves last, and this is looking pretty good for Epik. Jarvan is close by. He's got to be careful about the smites. Can he get it? Yes, he will get the smite and consume in time. Epik will pick up that dragon kill. They have now split those, and here we go. The damage output is pretty huge on Silent-FI again, who's under far by being a jungler, and Doublelift could get a pull if it's coming off cooldown pretty soon. Shushay pushing around Dan Din. Great play there. Dan is actually out of mana. He's got to be careful about this. He's still staying in the front, and Sal's getting found by XPK, but PK taking a ton of damage. Malzahar getting the ultimate off, and yes, they will get the kill onto Karthus. The ultimate is coming out from Cyanide, though. The damage huge onto Westrise. Westrise will go down. Doublelift trying to win array right now, and it's a 1 kill apiece. Doublelift, though, not in great shape, takes a heal, but they've got to be careful, because here comes the flash, here comes the Jarvan flag toss, and Doublelift taking some damage, but Malzahar saying, no thanks, we're going to pick up a kill instead. Oh, the Blitzcrank pull is huge, but Dandin goes down anyway to Alistar, and he actually makes it out, so Cyanide, with almost no health, makes it out. The Blitzcrank pull was not enough. They could not quite get that kill. I think the knockup quite wasn't all the way true. And that ended up going overall, I think, well for Epik. They lost 2 teams, but they did get Dragon. Still 7-5 in their favor, still 800 gold in their favor, and they've got 1 turret to none. So they're winning ever so slightly in this game. But that score margin starting to close a little bit as this game wears on.
Yeah, turning it into a real thriller of a match. This one up at top, we've got a big stack of minions who are going to start working on this tower here momentarily. And PK is going to come in and clear them all out. Easy stuff, nice free farm up in the top lane for PK, as the turret will actually go down on the bottom lane.
Yeah, that's going to equalize the turret kills right there and bring the gold score back to 300 apart, which is basically nothing. Darius going to last at a couple of minions right here, but looks like you know, Epik going to mill about, try to find some gold to gain. Doublelift going to make his way back in the lane, using Power Fist to kill these minions as quickly as he can. Going to be able to farm that quite nicely. Dan Din going for the golem, might hand that one over to Malzahar, who has actually not moved out of mid lane yet. Does have some spell vamp, but no, Dan Din will be wearing the golem buff for this battle. That's going to be fine on him. Silent-FI wearing Lizard going to be pretty powerful there. And I think that last fight actually went so well for Fnatic because Nunu was actually out of mana that entire time, and that really did hurt them. He was not able to cast the spells he wanted to pin anyone down with those Ice Blasts, and that ended up being kind of a problem. But here we go, 2v1. Westrise will knock PK into the wall and be okay. The Ash Arrow will whiff, and Westrise going to take some damage, but he's going to be okay and make it back to his turret. Going to last it a couple of minions here, but Westrise not in great shape. Looks like Soraka is going to make his way over towards the top. Soraka, her way over towards the top, actually. Westrise going to play aggressively, but I think that's way too aggressive, though, as here comes the damage up, but the wall is there as well. Westrise takes a wish from Soraka, but still, he's wasting those ultimates and not getting really anything to show for them. Now getting a bunch of chain heals. The turret does go down, though. Good job by Lamia Zealot. And here comes Janna to land a slow onto Westrise. Westrise going to have to be a little bit careful about this one. But here comes Dan Din. They're going to jump in on this one, and he's going to get pushed back, though. It's going to be okay. No, he's going to come in for the Ice Blast. He's going to hit PK, and PK does have Flash, but they're going to keep chasing on, but they have a turret to retreat to. This is going to be a little bit unsafe for these guys. Will not go for anything. They will push them back across the lane, but no kills gained right there. They're going to regroup by these minions and be safe. Looks like Salsi and Doublelift going to meet up in the mid. Silent-FI, though, on Jarvan going to sit down at bottom lane. And actually now with that kill, looks like 1,000 gold in the lead now for Fnatic. So for the first time ever, they're actually winning this game.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's still very, very close in this one. No, I mean, it's round about, well, exactly 1,000 gold there or thereabouts, of course. In the middle, we are seeing Malzahar going home. And just picked up, I'm not sure actually, because I didn't see his items before, and if he just picked up that Hextech Revolver or what. Melisande does have an Oracle's Elixir, so these wards being cleared out slowly but surely. There is the one on Soraka. No, there isn't. So we're going to see Fnatic taking control of the ward situation here momentarily. At the bottom, we've got Double Lift continuing to push down. A couple of pings going off in the top there because we do have both Soraka and Vayne who will be able to push this tower quite hard if no one gets up there to give it the defense. Down at the bottom, Double Lift is going to face 2 men. And actually, we will see Lamia being pulled in there. There goes the arrow in onto Double Lift. Jarvan's going to move in as well. Double Lift decides to flash aggressively in towards Ashe. But Jarvan is still there. There is the ulti. Surely this is going to be a kill. Just charging down on him. There goes the shield out from Double Lift. And he's going to go in for Ashe. Oh, and the ulti takes it down very, very low. And Double Lift is going to survive. What a turn of events. That nearly went completely pear-shaped for Fnatic. We are going to see a fight up at top as well. Westrise surely going to go down. Ulti from Karthus. Finished off by Sushi. And well, it's 7-6. What a great game.
Oh yeah, they brought that one right back in there. Still about 1,000 gold. The comeback pretty strong so far from Fnatic. Basically, poor Epik really wished they had a Karthus right then. Would have gotten that kill onto Ashe. So close. Blitzcrank almost picked up that kill. Was very near to that one, but the exhaust, the slows, managed to never let him get a power fist on, and so Lamia Zealot living with just a sliver of health. The lifesteal from the Doran's Blades really what made the difference there at that point. Still the game extremely close, and the thing is there are some really good synergies here because you've got pretty much an AoE comp from Fnatic, but this Soraka will continue to gain ability power, more and more Doran's Wings here, and that wish is going to be massive. As soon as he hits level 11, that's going to be huge because right now, Pika's got the level advantage. He's been able to solo. He's level 13, but the second Dyrus hits 11, he's going to have a lower cooldown and almost similar values to the damage from Requiem. And that's going to mean some nice team fights. Additionally, her giant armor buff, she's not even level 9 yet. That's going to be 80 armor onto a single target. So whoever Jarvan jumps on, if his reflexes are good, Jarvan's going to start doing almost no damage there. And that's going to be really, really powerful. Going to, basically replenish all of that health. It's a super, super support right there. And the other main thing is Vayne plus Nunu. Blood-boiled Nunu is crazy good. Or, sorry, blood-boiled Vayne is crazy good. And now Fnatic is going for the Dragon. That's going down extremely fast. Epik knows about it. The sun is off onto Dandin, and they're jumping in. Shushay in front. Dandin getting repeatedly pushed into the air, but Double Lift is now joining the fray. Can they get a good fight out of this? Vayne is around in the back, and here comes the damage up, but Dandin's still taking a ton of damage. But PK looks to be the one to take all the hurt, and Ashe is low as well. Jonah getting the full heal out, but Lamia is out now, getting chased out by Double Lift. Can Salsi get the damage out? But yes, he will. Ashe goes down right away. Salsi staying alive. Shushay taking a ton as well. His ult is on, but that's about to time out. Restorise staying alive, but there comes the Jarvan. Can Soraka heal in time? The Hexbreaker does keep her alive, and there's the pull in on PK, and he's been ulted by Malzahar, getting the kill. Nice job there by Epik. The teamwork is massive, and Shushay in danger, but Westrise actually pulls in too far and dies, and Karthus does not have the ult by 15 seconds, or would have gotten the kill onto Salsi, maybe even Dandin as well, but Dandin back in the base, gonna heal up. That fight did go well to Epik. They lost the Dragon, but they got 2-1, and that's pretty gorgeous right there. They actually managed to blow a lot of the major summoners. Karthus did blow a lot of his. Looks like Alistar did lose his ultimate, but that's a low enough cooldown.
Yeah, that was a really frustrating moment, no doubt, for PK, knowing that all those champions were so low, and his ulti was just like ticking away close to like 10 seconds or so remaining until it came up. But it leaves us with a 9-7 kill lead for Epik, and they're still behind by roughly 2k in terms of gold. Obviously, one turret in advantage for Fnatic, and we've just seen Dandin move away from that blue buff, scared that people were pushing him in. Obviously, there is a ward around that lower river area. Melisande, with the Oracle's Elixir, is going to try and clear that one out.
Yeah, good by him. All right, but it's time for the Golem. That is going to go to Dandin. He's going to get that one for pretty much free. He's wearing the Golem buff once more. Looks like Alistar, though, going to get the one for himself, but Shushay is low. If they happen to fight a team fight right now, Epik would come out far ahead, as Shushay would be unable to fight that one properly. The ping off on Baron. Oh! Ashe is bottom and Alistar's low. They actually could Baron. They really, really could. Janna's far. Jarvan's far. Ashe at bottom. She's recalling right now. Epik really could go for this Baron. Epik is still pushing out mid lane. They're leaving Salsi in mid to push that one out, but they keep pinging themselves. I guess they're just pinging wards instead. I guess they were pinging, hey, let's clear wards, hey, let's clear wards, but they actually had a good shot at going for Baron. Vayne dealing percentage health damage. Dandin having that consume and smite, and the attack speed buff is massive. Malzahar having a ton of single target damage as well. They're really a good team at killing Baron. I mean, so is Fnatic as well. They've got tons and tons of damage from that Karthus, both on his E and his Q. But he's not really a golem buff champion because he usually dies most in these fights. But wow, Fnatic playing aggressively here. This could be really good for Fnatic, actually. Epik is very split up right now. Double F's completely on the other side of the map. And yeah, Fnatic's going to go for a 5-man push on the mid turret. I think they're going to have to forfeit that turret right now. And if Fnatic's going to get a nice advantage for themselves, the wall is out from Karthus. This will be a turret kill. And that's going to be good for them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Epik were, as you mentioned, a little bit spread. We've seen the Lizard buff going in onto West Rise. As Fnatic have put a ward round about Baron now, so that gives them a little bit more vision. Dandin, oh, he's completely out of position again. We saw this in the first game. That was a crazy move from Dandin. I mean, he's got himself away. Luckily, Epik were fast enough to react to that one, and they're focusing now onto Shushi. Shuli is going to go down. We see the ulti's coming out. Double Lip will ulti here as well in a second. PK is already dead. Dyrus is going to surely fall down as well, with Soraka no gets away. Cyanide is now taking all the damage from West Rise, who will be able to flash in there, get the kill, and once again, 3 kills to 1 in favor of Epik, and they're not done chasing just yet. I think they might try to transition this one into finishing off this turret, because they've got a massive minion wave with them as well, and Fnatic simply can't afford to lose those final 2 men that are still alive.
Absolutely, and what a wonderful play by Epik. I just really want to see this game 3, so I'm happy that they're doing well in this game. You know, the deserved victor will win game 3, but Epik definitely putting on a show right now. Still actually behind in gold overall, but they pick up this turret, bringing it 33.5 and 33.4. 3 turret kills apiece. Interestingly enough, Epik getting only turret kills in mid, Double Lift running away as fast as he can, building fairly tanky. He's got Catalyst, almost most of Banshees. He's got, might be Trinity Force from this Sheen. He looks like he's building toward the Phage right now, but he's building a lot of resists, actually. He's getting, you know, the Chain Vest. He's got 127 on both resists mirrored, and this game could not be closer right now, and I'm so glad we're seeing such epically close games so far. And the pun is so great because the team is Epik Gaming. I'm hilarious. Shushe, though, pushing through top lane. He's got Sheen. He's got a death cap. He's had that thing for about 10 minutes so far. So Shushe doing amazingly well with AP Alistar. He was nerfed about 2 patches ago, and it's still just crushing faces, really. So AP Alistar putting on some good hurt right there. Sheen procs doing a lot of damage as well. And West Rise with double buff is not a bad thing to be. He's got only a Phantom Dancer and a Hex Drinker, who's going purely for mobility, going for purely that percentage damage. And when you're fighting against an Alistar and a Jarvan, yeah, you're going to go for that true damage and just bust through the Alistar ultimate. And the funny thing is, though, that actually works so incredibly well, because he's basically saying, look, Alistar, you're really powerful, you're really dangerous, you're going to hurt us a lot, but you're not building anything but AP. And your ultimate, you know, I do true damage. I'm Vayne, I do true damage. So I can kill you through your ult, no problem. And we saw actually last fight, Shushe was one of those champions to die. He was one of those 3 kills. And look at him, he's actually got the second most deaths in the team, of course, Karthus being the very common pick to go after because he's Karthus. You don't leave him alive in fights ever. But the second pick for those kills actually is Alistar, which is really usually normally very strange for Alistar to be the one who dies. So pretty interesting sort of choice there. And West Rise going Phantom Dancer as well means he's got a lot of movement speed, and that's giving him a really good advantage as well. The Dragon again for Fnatic. They're doing a perfect job of timing these. Fnatic doing just, I mean, wonderful job of timing those buffs. You know, Daniel Xenon was talking about that earlier in the previous cast, where he's saying, you know, just type it out in chat, let yourself and your team know, okay, it died at 28:30, it's going to respawn at 34:30, and you just say it. You just say 34:30. I actually time all neutral buffs as well, and whenever I invade and still golem, hey, golem at 25:25. You want to time those out because that is so important. Oh, and Fnatic is, oh, I thought they really actually might go for this Baron. I thought they were actually going for it, but they're just clearing wards, but Epik must be prepared for that. They've got a couple of defensive wards down, but the Oracles did clear out that Baron ward, and Epik must be afraid. They're going to hope for a great pull to open this fight out, but this fight could go either way. Fnatic does have 700 gold to their advantage, but the gold is more focused on the carries of Epik, whereas it's more spread out overall on Fnatic.
Ryan is actually just going to go back. Maybe just buy something up here. Yep, Sunfire Cape completed for Cyanide.
Okay.
That's a bit of extra damage when he comes back.
I think it's a bit of a mistake, though. He's all armor and no magic resist, and the thing is, no one's really dealing physical damage. Westrice is going for an attack speed build. He's really going for those true damage procs. Dan Din, of course, tons of magic damage on Nunu. Malzahar, super farm, doing, of course, tons of magic damage. Double Lift, yeah, he's going to hit pretty hard with Trinity Force, but he's still got the static field. He's still got the Blitzcrank, the pull right there. He's got plenty of magic damage. So this Jarvan, stacking armor, not the best thing in the world. He's going to be really squishy there. Only 2,200 health, only 76 magic resist. I think that's actually the wrong build. We saw that actually before the game that AAA lost with Linak playing Amumu against that Annie. It was because he built the Sunfire Cape before he finished the Banshee Still or anything else. He had only 80 magic resist and 150 armor, and he got blown up by those mages. And that's really what lost him that game there. So now Epik actually playing the aggressive game. Dan Din leading the way. All 5 are there. And Alistar's actually stuck up at top, so they could get the inhibitor because that turret is actually already dead. Epik is really poised to get this one. Shushe is peeling back, but they're going to get the inhib first. This is a really good push from Epik right now. They are going to take this one almost for free. Icebox comes out, getting PK a little bit low. They have picked up the inhib now. First inhib of the game. Epik off into a great advantage. Applause from the crowd comes out. They're going to ping around, and they're going to go probably for top turret. They've pinged a couple of jungle camps, but no jungle buffs are up. Lizard is gone. Golem is gone. They get position for Baron, but I think they could get a free backdoor at the top. And they're going to camp into an aggressive brush. I think they know a ward is there, actually. They're going to push on. They've been spotted, though. This is very dangerous. Thing is, they don't know a ward's there. There comes Soraka. They've now found the ward. They're going to clear that one out. They've got to be afraid of Ashe, though, is the thing. Westrice in a little bit of a dangerous position down there. And Fnatic needs to position themselves to start winning fights because they are now going to fight against super minions, and that's going to be very troublesome because Baron is going to be very important very soon. They get clairvoyanced. Fnatic with a good aim on that one. They're still safe for now. They forced Epik back. But this next team fight's going to mean almost everything.
Yeah, and they have to be careful, Fnatic, as well, not to let those super minions be pushing too hard in onto their base. And they've got no wards whatsoever anywhere near around Baron. As you mentioned earlier on, they did use that clairvoyance. Of course, they've got Hawkshot from Ashe, which they've just used. And Melisandre's going to go in there, drop a few more wards down as well. There's only one ward from Epik, which is right in the back of that Baron, so you'd expect Melisandre to clear that one out, maybe? I mean, they're not going to know the double kills there. Ward. Oh, this could be really terrible.
This could be hilarious.
Really terrible for Melisandre if they're not careful. Actually, they're going to go for the engage, and we see Dan Din go fairly low there. Are Fnatic going to follow it up? Yes, they are. They kind of split target, and here we see Shushi go charging on through the wall. Double Lift is now starting to do all his damage. Karthus is going to be chasing after Westrice, and Double Lift is continuing to push in there. Cyanide is going to fall. It was Double Lift who grabbed the kill in the end, and it's not looking good, this fight whatsoever for Fnatic. The push comes in onto Westrice, healed up, no problem. Lamia is now surely going to be the target that's going to go down. Obviously, the ulti from Karthus coming around as well. Dan Din has finished off Lamia, and it is a 3-2 kill. And, well, Shushi and Melisandre are still there. Dan Din is going to go down, is he? No, he's not. Shushi's running the other way around, and Shushi's running into a horrible death. Is he? No, he's not! He's going to go in onto Salz. That was an amazing move from Shushi, but, well, he's going to die. I just didn't quite expect that from him. I mean, he couldn't quite catch up to Dan Din. His path was all kind of weird, but he still got that kill on Malzahar in the end, which was just great.
No one expects the AP Alistar burst. I mean, just like the Spanish Inquisition. Powerful stuff there. Yes, that was a Monty Python joke. You're welcome. And the minions, though, doing quite well over here at the top lane. Purple caster minions being as OP as they are, in fact, going to take this top turret down by themselves. It's going to bring that turret score into the advantage for Epik, so 4-3 there. No summoner teleport. Couple more seconds there. Yes, that turret will go down. Good job, EVE style. The purple team win quite well. When you kill the inhibitor, not only do you spawn that super minion with every wave, but the other waves actually get a little bit stronger. Blue minions have 430 health, purple ones have 490. So you can see that, yes, those other lanes are a little bit more powerful. They push for themselves and allows you to get really good positioning. And Epik now 16-11, ahead by 400 gold. Woo, big deal there. But they've been winning these team fights quite well, and it's a lot of it is Blitzcrank. He's really pulling apart that team. And let's be fair, who plays Blitzcrank in competitive play? 199,000 views. Please, more so than ever, tell your friends to click the link, go to the page. Please help us get 200K. We might have a game 3, but in case we don't, please give us that 200K. Please, please, please. I want to see that 2 in front. That would be amazing for us. I would love to see that. I mean, we're already, hitting records. I think we are actually the most viewed Western gaming cast history is seen so far. So I would love to break that 200 mark, be the first there as well. Please help us reach that one. But wow, the Baron attempt from Epik and 3 from Fnatic are far away, actually. It could be a 5v2 on Baron. Will they get it in time? Jarvan is nearby. They might try to steal. Who will get it? No! Epik will pick it up, and it's going to be a 5v2. Can they get enough damage? Shushay is ulted. Cyanide taking some damage. Dan did kind of low, but they will pick up the first one. And here comes Lemmy Azel and Shushay not in good shape. Malzahar and Shushay going to go down. 2 free kills, plus the Baron has been picked up. Epik might go for the killing blow here. They're going to charge through the jungle and see what they can pick up.
It's definitely the time, in my opinion, for Epik to push this one. They've got super minions pouring down middle. They've got Baron buff. They've got Double Lift, who is just looking absolutely incredible at 6-1-19. Also got his Banshee's Veil off as they go steaming down. Lizard buff is going to be claimed by Dandin. They even ran past the Golem buff on the Fnatic side, which made me think that they maybe were just going to go straight full-on push rather than, you know, picking up that buff. But it seems like they're going to drop back a little bit, and I guess the plan will be to clear out this bottom lane as well, as the inhibitor in middle does respawn. So last super minion wave is now on its way down, and there's the first turret on the bottom destroyed by Double Lift, who's just steaming his way along that bottom lane fast as you like, and they're going to take this one down as well. Maybe 3 from Fnatic around, and Epik decides to play it safe. They've already done Dragon in the meantime, so all looking great for Epik.
Yeah, they've done a lot of the time-sensitive things. They picked up the turret, they picked up the dragon. They're not going to recall back for items. That's really, I think, the smart thing to do is, you know, when you've picked up Baron and a couple of kills, it's time to take a surge of items. Everyone got about 600 gold. Let's see, the 300 from Baron, the 150 from the turret, the 190 from dragon. So that's about, if my math will fail me, and it will, 640 per player. I think I got that one right, plus whatever incidental gold they got from killing minions along the way. So that is a nice, you know, completion of a mid-tier item or a recipe right there for everyone. And in fact, there's Westrice picking up the Bloodthirster to go with the Hex Drinker plus Phantom Dancer. He's super farmed now. 160 minions actually on the low side, but he's 7 and 5, has the most kills in the game. And wow, is he doing well. That Blood Blow from Nunu doing a lot of great things for him, getting babysat so well by Soraka. Soraka, I cannot understand enough. Darius is doing so well for his team this game. We made it to 200K. People are cheering around in the background. Thank you so much, everybody. The crowd cheering for us as well. Oh, thank you so much. 200,000 viewers concurrent on this stream. I am ear to ear smiling, not just because we might see a game 3, but because this is so successful. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and plus it's Blitzcrank competitive play. I love seeing oddball champions out there. It's so amazingly great to see that. And actually, the Golem did in fact go to Epik even still, so they're in wonderful shape to take this one down. Blitzcrank, oh, if only he knew. If only he knew. That would be a free Karthus kill. But there is Shushay pushing across the base. He was kind of alone there, but he has that ultimate, so he'd probably be safe. Dan can come in with a nice Ice Blast, and here they go into that push. The pull will not quite land, but Dan's still in the front, but he gets his ultimate pretty much canceled out immediately. Unfortunately there for Dan, but he plays so incredibly aggressively. Shushay getting knocked around, pops the ultimate. Saucy in bad shape, takes a heal from Soraka, but still getting pushed around. Ash doing a ton of damage. Jarvan as well. They might take a ton of deaths here. Bubble Lift in the front. Can he pick up PK? Will not actually, but Westrice will. And Alistair getting pushed around, but a ton of kills coming in. Looks like Epik might lose almost everyone here. They've only picked up 1. Dandy will flash across the wall. They've lost 2 for that 1. Jarvan chasing him down though. He might pick up that kill, and Shushay will do the work. Wow, that is a 3 for 1 despite the Baron buff. No, sorry, yeah, 3 for 1. Dyrus did stay alive, so did Double Lift. Very unfortunate for Epik. Pushed in at, I guess, slightly the wrong time. Just did not have that positioning they wanted to. They got jumped on so incredibly hard. The Nunu ult got canceled right away, and that was hurtful. And it looks like a counter push going to come in from Fnatic. Shushay and Cyanide leading the way. Darius will make it back in time. He's going now for what might be a Soul Shroud or maybe Australia's Referee, but he's built a Kindle Gem. And they're actually going to go for this turret by themselves with no minions to support them. Yeah, Shushay taking a lot of damage from that turret there. Can Double F land a pull? He's in range for one. He will pull that in, but he's got to be careful of the damage out. But it's going to be pretty immense right here. The entire team pushing onto him. Has to waste the flash now. And that really didn't help much because Fnatic able to just push back in. Now Shushay did burn his ultimate, and that is the important thing to get rid of. So they can do some damage to Shushay in the next fight, in the next minute or so, and that is still cooling down. He does have Golem buff. That is a very short cooldown. He's going for a Lich Bane next, which will be pretty important for him too.
Well, they need to be careful, Epik. This is by no means a done game.
Yeah.
We're seeing Fnatic portaling back home, so you know, a bit of extra buy-in up there. And Infinity Edge, Phantom has a Quicksilver Sash for Ash. In fact, there's how many Quicksilver Sashes? 2. Jarvan also has one. So, you know, nice thing to be breaking, especially from that Malzahar ultimate and the Nunu ultimate.
Yeah, right now Vayne gonna solo up top and just farm out minion kills, but they're gonna ping and go for the Lizard buff instead. Looks like Daniel will get that one low. Is wearing a ton of elixirs. He's glowing so incredibly bright with those elixirs. Westrice will show up wearing a green elixir, not a red one for himself though, but we'll pick that one up quite easily with Condemn and basic attacks. Gonna start farming up with wards right now, but probably gonna need a Banshee's Veil before too long. It's kind of the main worry right there is just taking a ton of burst damage. And Fnatic, 5-player strong coming mid, though Baron buff still alive. Actually, no, Baron buff is timed out, so the next 3, Baron will respawn. And can Epik hold this? They're ahead in gold right now. Westeros getting pinged. They know he's up there, so they're going to push in a 5v4. And they're going to go up to the inhibitor turret pretty shortly. And with the inhibitor respawned, it means that there's no extra minion pushes on either side. Fnatic actually not playing too aggressively just yet. They're actually going to pull back for now and look... maybe for the right-hand side, pick up this turret over here. They're going to wait for Dragon, maybe. They're certainly grouped around Dragon, around Golem. Golem will not spawn for, I believe, some time. They are going to meet up with their minions down here. They're going to, follow a snake pattern, come over to the right-hand side. Epik still defending their mid lane, but I think they know now that Fnatic is going for a right-hand side push. Dan Din loves face-checking brushes. He doesn't have a ward there when he walks up to where he could have been ganked. It's a little bit silly from him. He's off on the side. He gets walled out. He could get stunned, but he's going to lead the way anyway. Ash Arrow comes off on Sauce in a great ult there. Will blow up a ton of damage. Dan Din extremely low. Shushay as well. Sauce will ult on, and PK is so incredibly low, but not quite dead. Will they get the kill? Yes, they will. Totally picking that one up. Westeros is safe. Dan Din's so low. There is the ult from Karthus, and they will not get any of them, so 1 free kill so far. And Lamiazel, though, actually getting the kill on Double, who played so aggressively down there. So 1 for 1 right now, but Karthus being dead is the most important one. Double if, dead kind of sucks, but it's kind of more okay for them. Jarvan going to jump in there on the Nunu. Can he get the kill? He's been silenced by Soraka, and he's going to blow up so incredibly fast, but Ash will do some damage. That will be a trade. Westray still running away, getting a nice heal there from Soraka, still 2-2. But Fnatic will get the turret kill out of this. They will move on, and that Lich Bane Alistar does a ton of damage to turrets.
Whoa, that's a super aggressive flash over the top there from Shushay. Absolutely amazing. And now the focus going in onto Dyrus. And maybe he gets all 3. Lamia is going to force his way over as well. Westrise goes down. That was amazing from Fnatic. This turret is going to fall. Next person up is 10 seconds. That is Blitzcrank. This inhibitor is going to fall. Where's the next idea from them? Maybe they'll continue to push through. Obviously, they do have the heal from Sushi. It looks like they're going to go back. Baron is available, and I guess that's where they may just head via the blue buff. Possibly Sushi is going to go home, as is Lamia. But that was just an amazing, amazing move from Sushi.
Wow, that really was very glorious, and I can't believe they didn't quite pick up that kill on Alistar. That cooldown's so incredibly low when you've got maybe a blue buff, but he's got the cooldown boots. He's got the blue elixir as well, so he's minimum 25% cooldown reduction. That ult came up twice basically, and that was huge for him. That allowed him that dive onto the turret, allowed him the kill on Vayne, and I thought the true damage might have been enough, but Vayne did not put out quite enough damage. Still the corpse on the floor. Almost nearly got that one. That was close, but Fnatic now in the driver's seat, ever so slightly up 1,000 gold. And, again, these games have been so incredibly close. 43 minutes into this game. I do still hope that Epik can pick this one up to get a 3rd game, but Fnatic now has won 2 team fights in a row, 1 in their own base, 1 in Epic's base. And now they have the inhibitor kill, but that doesn't mean too terribly much. Baron is the big key to this next fight, and this could really, really go either way. They do now have a ward there, and that means that if someone walks by and tries to go that ward, they can get the Blitzcrank pull, and the team is going to position themselves for it. Westray is going to move over towards the Baron side, and Shushay is there, but there comes the Ash Arrow. Dan Din by himself almost. There's the pull. PK has been caught. He's going to go down first. Double F still pretty okay, but taking some damage from Ash. Will flash out of the way. A pretty much free kill there. Good job by that Blitzcrank. PK playing a little bit too aggressively, though he still did manage to make both Nunu and Blitzcrank burn summoners. Now, I don't know if a 5v4 is enough to steal a Baron with, but actually Salsi a little bit too aggressively going to get picked up by Shushay, and yes he will. Shushay putting out a ton of damage. Salsi going to pull back with that silence out there, but he's been caught. Westrice is here. He's going to get pushed up against the wall. The ultimate comes off, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The ultimate is out. Oh, and there's a Nunu ult as well. Are they going to get Shushay? Are they going to get Ash? Looks like they might pick up 1. They might pick up 2, but Janna with a great ult is going to save Ash. She's still not going down. Westrice, can he pick that one up? Yes, with the tumble they will. That is 3 kills in a row. 25 seconds for the first revive. Melisande now taking damage from Westrice, still pushing in there with Tumble. The Tornado comes in, doing a lot of damage and pushing them back, but they still have the chance. Tumble comes in again, doing more and more damage to Melisande. Silver Bolts might proc again. There is the pull, and Melisande probably going to go down this time. Will they get this kill? Yes, they will. One surviving member. The inhibitor now the next one up. They have 6 seconds until Karthus is back. They do have minions, but minions actually pushing the bottom lane as well, doing some pain. Will they keep pushing on to the Nexus? 30 seconds and all the major revives. It is a 5v2 in the base. Can they get these turrets? The wall is good from PK. Westrice is down to half health. The Blitzcrank pull is missed. That would have gotten them the kill. Westrice has to be careful. He can flash the wall. He might not need to. Oh no! Trywan has shown up. Westrice goes down immediately. That was a mistake from Westrice and his team not to defend him there. And now PK actually charging through. They could stop him though. They have the silence. PK could go down. Could they go for this? There's the Ice Blast. There's the Malefic Visions. They really could go for this push there. They've got another 20 seconds before any major revives jump back into the fight, but no, they're going to push back and just defend themselves. I really think they could have jumped on with the Ice Blast and gotten that kill. Maybe they're just too afraid of Cyanide FI. Maybe they just did not have enough cooldowns, but I really felt they had the CC chain to drop that one down. The entire team will recall back and keep their base alive. Thankfully, these Nexus turrets, well, thankfully for Epik, these Nexus turrets do respawn, but Cyanide going for Baron.
This is super, super risky now. There is a Baron, of course there's a Baron there, but there's also a ward behind the Baron, which obviously means that Epik know that they are trying to take this Baron. Now they are going to take it in time. That is great stuff. And Fnatic, despite losing out on that last team fight, are going to get a massive, important pickup in this one. Oh, and there was the pull. Oh. Misses. Are they going to continue to push around? Hulkshot comes out from Ash, so they know exactly that Epik are moving around. Salsa needs to be a little bit careful there, but it's actually all good. Jarvan just going to portal home as well. So now Epik now will be thinking about playing a little bit more defensive. They're headed off down towards the Dragon area as Fnatic are just picking up those buffs. Lizard buff just got over to Ash, and Shushi has actually just killed the golems down at the bottom. So I think this next team fight is going to be make or break, and obviously Fnatic with Baron buff, they've got a slight disadvantage with gold, but it's really for the goal. It's, at this stage of the game, pretty much nothing.
Double Lift now extremely tanky, has Trinity Force and Banshees and Randuin's Omen, has almost max cooldown reduction thanks to Randuin's giving him, I believe it's 5, 8, or 10%. I know he's nerfed it over time. It's 5 or 8 right now. He's got the 25 almost certainly now from that Golem buff, so that's a pretty heavy amount of cooldown reduction, and picks up 2 more resistance items, almost breaking 200 on both those. So Double Lift is super tanky, but still bursts quite hard with that Trinity Force. Salsi, only 359 ability power. That's actually quite low. He's only got Void Staff, Rabidance, and the rest of them just going tank. And the thing is, it's still enough damage. FnaticMSI going to clear out wards just in case in case that Baron was warded. In case they wanted to watch the corpse, I guess. But the fights are still close. Only 200 gold separates the teams. The inhibitor has respawned now, so the minion advantage going to go for Epik. But a giant push for Epik, for Fnatic up top. Epik must defend this. A good wall from PK, but it won't be up for the major team fight. So they could pick a push down in the jungle, and that would be an advantageous position for them. But here comes the push into the top lane. Double Lift going to go by himself. Dandin is there as well. Wester's going to come in from the side. And here we go. Lamia's out. Must flash backwards, but Nunu will get a nice channel open. PK going to go down first. He will drop. Salsi staying alive. And let's see if they can do enough damage here. Looks like Dandin will take the fall. There's the wish in from Soraka, and will it be enough? There's the damage and the pain, but Dandin alive. Cyanide FI almost going down. Double Lift does fall, in fact, so it's 1-for-1 still. And actually, Fnatic much healthier here. Those heals, very strong for Fnatic. Actually, they're going to get a turret out of this, and Epik needs to heal right away and get back into this. They might lose the inhibitor. The super minions in mid are pushing quite hard, but they will get the inhib out of this. 1-for-1, still okay. And Dyrus not putting in a lot of AP yet, still stuck with the Kindle Gem. I would love for him to have a death cap. He would completely overpower that ult. From Karthus, but he's not going to be able to do that just yet. He's not quite in good enough shape. Fnatic making their escape down. But Epik could chase. This thing is they have movement speed from Dandin, and the chase from Westrice. They could almost just maybe get the chase in. Malzah's going to come around the side. He actually might manage to pinch this one off. He will actually decide, never mind, we're not going to chase that one down. We'll defend our base. His inhibitor's getting a little bit low, and yeah, they're going to pull back and defend that. Looks like the first one back will be Salsi. It hit actually down to half health. He's got to actually hurry up and defend this one. He should be okay. No huge rush. Dan's going to come in and help as well. Smite, Ice Blast, Consume going to help him a little bit. Actually, this inhib's getting a little bit lower and lower. The ultimate will come out. We'll cut a few of these minions, but the super minions still there. Getting lower and lower. Can Dyrus defend this one in time? Down lower and lower in HP. Can they stop it? Oh, wow. I thought it was going to be... I'm surprised they got as low as it did. They kind of took a long time to get back there. But it is alive. They have kept their inhibitor. These do regenerate as well. You can see the health ticking up over time. So that will be okay. You see the Nexus turrets have full healed. So have these ones. And again, 65.4 to 67.2. The Baron buffs almost timing out. Shushei still has his, but not for long. Wow, Shushei went... Oh, wow. He's picked up a Deathfire Grasp, so his initial front-loaded burst is gigantic. The magic resist on Malzahar is huge with both the Banshee's Bill and the Quicksilver Sash. 164 magic resist on him is nice. The Aegis helping out, of course, from Dan Din. 180 when he's close by to Soraka as well. So they actually have like AoE 30 MR on the team, which is nice, but it's only 30 MR, of course. The Void Staff cuts through a ton of that.
Yeah, Karthus built up to 612 AP. That's really going to start to hurt
and
quite a lot.
And he's close to Zhonya's, I think, because he's got the Insulat Rod. He's got some money.
Yeah, a lot of Epic. You know, there's lots of magic resist on them, all up around 200. Yeah, actually, Dandin's over 200, and we are going to see Fnatic start to work their way in onto this turret, and Dandin actually going aggressive there to initiate the fight. Fnatic decide it's not time to be pushing just yet. Gonna wait for more minions to come give him that bit of support. Heal from Shushi, which is now super strong. He's over 500 AP himself. As you mentioned, the Deathfire Grass just being picked up by him.
Yeah, and he's doing 200-point heals to the entire team every time. You know, Soraka's Wish is hitting values not too much higher than that. There we go, Dandin in the front, taking a lot of AoE damage, but he has channeled the ultimate. That's going to be a really strong one. Silent FI in the front, taking damage. Melisson pops the ultimate, but I don't know who's going to die first. Looks like Shushei has killed the turret, but the deaths have not just yet happened. Double Lift getting kind of low. Looks like PK is the first to die. As always, Westrise not in good shape. Gets the heal from Soraka, will keep alive just barely. Lemmy's out, they'll pick up the kill on Celsi. Dyrus now going to drop down as well. This is looking very, very good for Fnatic. They picked up two. The pull in on Dan Din, going to be pretty hurtful. Dyrus is down. Shushei is next, though. They have picked up that kill. It's going to be a 3v3 right now. Can they get enough damage? Westrise definitely going to be able to spam out a lot of damage. Melisson trying to run away, going to take a lot of damage here. Can Devil push on through? One more hit, and they will pick up Melisson. It is a 3v2 overall, but the turrets are low. They've got to keep themselves alive in this game. They're down to inhibitors, and they haven't killed one anymore as the inhibitors have respawned. So this is going to be a defensive time for Epic, which is unfortunate because Baron is going to respawn in about a minute and a half, and they don't really have that time to keep their base safe. So they win the team fight just barely 3-2. They've put some of that gold back into their favor, and the cool thing for them, though, even though they are having to play defensively, is they're going to get constant minion waves on their side, so they're going to get really, really farmed. I mean, Westrise already almost maxing out on items, going for Trinity Force last item. You can see the Sheen already in the inventory. Can also sub out the Hex Trigger for like a Banshee. I guess you already got Banshee's Veil. The Hex Trigger, Banshee's Veil, 110 magic resist. Could sub out Hex Trigger for like maybe a Force of Nature, or even a Quicksilver Sash. We have a little bit more MR there. Of course, we'll sacrifice attack damage for it, but honestly, probably at that point going to be worth it. I actually would have gone for an Infinity Edge instead of a Trinity Force. I think it would have been more damage when you have a bunch of crit chance from the Banshee's Veil already, and a bunch of, yeah, the crit chance from Banshee's Veil, sorry. Crit chance from Phantom Dancer. You might really want to go for a big crit item, big attack damage item, as looks like the team really stacking more magic resist than armor. But look at the ward control real quick. Looks like Fnatic has only a couple. Baron is back, and they don't really have ward control over Dragon, Golem, or Baron. Look over here. They have almost no ward control at all, so neither team really with wards over Baron, but both teams know that's going to be contended. Wow, actually all three inhibitors are gone. I'm sorry, I missed that all three were actually gone. So that's really, really harsh for Epic. They have to defend their base super hard. They will actually lose their base if they don't hold onto it. They can only leave for a short amount of time, and Fnatic is going for the Baron. They're going to get it almost for certain. Yeah, it's going to go down for free. They're going to pick up the Baron. One inhibitor is back for Purple Team. The next few will respawn in the near future. But this fight could be great because there are no major turrets to defend themselves. And Fnatic will simply wait for that inhibitor to respawn and just re-kill it and use giant minion waves to push into the base. And that's going to be very, very hard for Epic. They're close to their fountain, which will help. But the top inhibitor now going to be the target. And they have 4 super minions to help, and those are giant and beefy, and that's going to be dangerous. So Double Lift now in the front. Does lose his Banshees. PK going to take some damage. Here we go into the fight. Look who's going to take the damage. Well, it's Dan Din. He pops the ultimate. PK is going to go down first, as every single time has happened. Double Lift going to take an arrow to the face, but that's not a really big deal. Dan Din getting a little bit hurt. He's going to be fine. The Wish comes out. Looks like Westrise taking the pain right now. Takes the stun, and there's a Demacia yell. Sign of FI going to pick up that kill. Looks like Lemmy Azelt will not go down to Double Lift, so that is 2 kills to 1. The inhibitor is back down, and they're now down onto the turrets. This could be Fnatic to take this game. The one turret is down. Dan Din up in the front. The 2 turrets are down. They are now on to the Nexus. Will it be an EU winner bracket final? Looks like it will. Fnatic will win this series 2-0. Will reach the winner bracket final against All Authority. TSM and EG will be in the loser bracket semis. They're going to fight for survival tomorrow, bright and early.
And Fnatic, you know, they had a rough start yesterday, playing with a substitute for PK, whose plane got delayed, and they've come out today and they've been absolutely amazing.
They've been phenomenal, and all 4 teams here have played such great games. We saw a super close best-of-3, going to all 3 games the first time. This one, back and forth that second game, hair being pulled out. I'm actually numb in my arms for some reason. I don't know why, but when I yell a lot, I go numb in some of my body parts, I guess. But wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Really just an amazing game. Obviously, that first game, not as close to the second one. The second one, a really, really epic one. And it took a while as well. I think we were pushing an hour long game in that one. A really, really amazing one. Just looking down the scoreboard there, just have a brief overview of that one. PK, who really didn't have the greatest time of things, he was instantly focused in every single fight that we saw. 2, 12, 15, obviously get plenty of assists there, just mostly due to his ultimate being spammed off, I guess, most of the time. 10, 4, 7 for Lamia, Cyanide 4, 5, 11, 9, 7, 12 for Sushi. And, I mean, for me, Sushi was one of those make or break players, always in Fnatic, especially when he's playing Alistair. And that time he came out flying colours, amazing game.
And it was really, I think, the turning factor was when he flashed over the wall and picked up Salsi from just flash, headbutt, pulverize, guy's gone. Then he pushes up the rest of the team, picks up that Vayne inside the base, picks up the last kill as well, and they get the free inhibitor and a lot of damage on that turret. Because of that flash push over the wall, that aggression was huge. It turned that game around, I think. I think Epik was winning up until that point, and Shushe made that game happen. And I really have to hand it to Lamia Zealot as well. He was getting dived on by Dan Din on Nunu, by Double Lift super hard on Blitzcrank, but I mean, he cleansed out the summons he needed to. He used Quicksilver Sash, blocked out the stuns, got out of the way just barely in time. Second least deaths on the team, pretty strong to do that on a champion with no innate escapes, only a few crowd controls, only a little bit of damage. And he really, I think, Shushe made that team and Lamia Zealot made that team. I think those were the really 2 key members that made things happen. They made those fights at the end of those fights, at the beginning of those fights. They stayed alive when they needed to. They did the damage they needed to. And they did a wonderful, wonderful job. And I think Epik played a little bit too aggressive. That one push into the base was a little bit ill-fated. They had the Baron buff. Yeah. The inhibitor was down. They had super minions, but somehow they got their positioning wrong. They were a little bit too spread out, kind of. They weren't able to get the AoEs they really wanted to. Nunu could not channel the ult on everyone. Blitzcrank could not silence everyone. Malzahar could not pool more than one person. And even when they're spread out too, the Soraka aura and the Aegis really did not kick in for them too well. And that was a little bit painful. You look over, and Melisande did have the Aegis as well, and this really is Reverie. So she was really good at sticking with her team. She would actually find teammates to walk near, and that really helped her keep those auras useful. But Dan, would actually push into those fights, would actually push into the enemies, and actually pushed his auras sort of out of the range of his own teammates.
Yeah, an amazing, amazing game, and I have to say, Freak, my curse.
I hate you. I really do.
Every single game, I've been right, but wrong, if you know what I mean. The opposite has happened to what I've predicted every single time.
100% wrong every time.
I think I should go to an exorcist or something. There's definitely something wrong with me with that one. So let's have a look then at the brackets and how they stand. We've just seen the 2 upper bracket semi-finals, and as you already know, against all authority gets harder as the day goes on. We'll be taking on Fnatic tomorrow in that upper bracket final. Down in the lower bracket semi-final, we will have Team Solo Mid taking on Epik Gaming. So it's an all-European upper bracket final and all-North American lower bracket.
Yeah, so, USA did take 5th. They're guaranteed, another 2 in the top 4. Right now, all the European players are like, yep, our continent's better. And you've got the bragging rights for now, but it's a best-of-3 tournament. Yeah, Xenon does a big, yes, you're right. But I will prove you wrong, Daniel Klein. I really believe in Epik coming back. Super close games. TSM, super close games as well. Whoever comes out ahead between TSM and Epik, going to put on a show tomorrow. Yep. They're going to be just super, super close games. They're going to be awesome. I really can't wait to bring them to you. Going to have the grand finals as well on the same day. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to be bringing you the rest of the League of Legends Season 1 $100,000 Championship all tomorrow from DreamHack Summer 2011 in Jönköping, Sweden. A bit rainy today, but otherwise a very beautiful country. You see trees. We don't have them in Los Angeles. It's awesome to be here. my first time in Sweden, and I'm just excited the whole way through.
Yeah, DreamHack obviously an amazing event. We've had a great crowd here for the two, especially for the two upper bracket semi-finals today. Absolutely packed here on the League of Legends booth. And of course, we broke 200,000 viewers on the stream. So a massive thanks to you guys.
Yes,
who knows, maybe
you.
we can hit 250,000 people at once tomorrow.
We can hit a
that's,
quarter
that's,
million.
that's a big
I think we
target.
can do that. It is a big target, but
I think we can.
I mean, as long as we have Gragas in there, we can hit it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can.
I think that makes sense. So, I mean, we had a lot of close games. What was the closest game you think today?
That second one, that second match.
This one?
Yeah.
More so than TSM AAA?
I'd like to think so because we, you know, had the pleasure of commentating it this
Right,
time.
yeah. The best games were ours, of course. We got to pay our dues of Epik Games.
No, the first upper bracket semi-final, the base race finish
every game. Wow, those were phenomenally close. I'm sitting there and I was like, I mean, I'm on the edge. Oh, I'm actually sitting on the ground, so I can't really be on the edge of my seat. But I'm just like, these games are still going on. Wow, these games are. I don't even know who's going to win. I'm just like, I'm almost like waiting for them to be over, but I can't, because it's like my brain can't comprehend who's winning. So I'm just like, just tell me what happens, because I can't tell. Right? I'm entertained by the games. I'm excited by the games, but I'm like, I don't know who's winning. Can someone tell me, please? You know,
that's the point, right? That's when you know it's a close game, when you can't say who's winning.
Yeah, but it hurts because you don't know when it's going to end. It's not timed by any means. You're just like, I'm just watching fights. I know it means a lot, but I can't make sense of it. I'm trying to wait for something major to happen, and you know, a team happens one way, it happens the other way, and it's just, my hands are going all around as they normally do. But just crazy, crazy games. I mean, this game was ridiculous. They had inhibitors down on both sides. I think that was actually closer than the TSM AAA games, where they were winning team fights back and forth. You know, the gold was close every time. But you didn't actually see lead switches. You didn't see Baron go one way, then back the other. You didn't see team fights lost in the base. You didn't see inhibitors go down, then back, and then back, and then back. So I think this was the closest game that we had. And that was, you know, even though despite the base race, like, yeah, it was the base race, but you kind of knew from the beginning, like, you've got, you know, an Alistar with a Trinity Force, you've got a Sona who's buffing the entire team. Like, that's a lot of damage. Like, your team is 2 AP based, right? You don't have those proc items. They're actually not going to get that one through. And so that was, you know, wonderfully played by TSM. They did get their unfortunately only win of that series through that game. I think they were winning already. I think they would have pulled that one out, but you know, they showed us some different strategies throughout that series. They pulled out a tanky DPS lineup the second time through. They got themselves a huge, huge advantage, but unfortunately for them, the enemy team just stacked armor, right? AAA stacked armor, and none of those guys, neither Jarvan nor Aurelia, got a Last Whisper. They kept building durability, but they didn't build something to penetrate that armor, and we looked, and, you know, and as that game was stagnating with giant balls of durability, I looked over, and Corki had a Last Whisper, and that item broke them down, because that team fight started where they blew up Aurelia immediately, and it was Malzahar scaling super hard and dropping that Void Ooze. That's a Kog'Maw ability, that Null Zone, and Corki just jumped on there and shredded her, you know, the minus armor from the Gatling gun, but also that Last Whisper just giving him tons of damage output, and Corki just crushed through that game, and they got through everyone because of those penetration stats, and I think that was really big there.
Yeah, and of course tomorrow we're going to have even more awesomeness coming up. Obviously, the upper bracket final, the lower bracket semi-final, the lower bracket final, and of course, the big one, the grand final. But that's of course coming up tomorrow. For now, we're going to go through into the pro gamer area. We've got the teams for a bit of an interview, see what they think about that game.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew Beagle one last time. I'm here with Dan from Epik Games. Boy, that was a rough second game, and I know the first game wasn't as to be expected. But you know, you guys played really well. What do you think about, you know, game 2 going into that?
Game 2 going into that, well, we just had to reset everything. We're a little shaken up from the first game, right? Obviously, we felt a little bit unfair, but after we just shook it off, you know, it's a DC. It could have very well happened to them too. So we just tried to just say, hey, let's have a reset and play our best. You know, it's not the end of the road, because we could have very well won game 2, come back game 3. So, you know, game 2, I honestly, we had a really, really good shot at winning that. We just, we were very sloppy and we just got outplayed. Just kudos to Fnatic. They took advantage of when we messed up, and
that was, you know, very much a back and forth thing. And at one point, you know, everyone kind of felt like you were going to win. And there was that one push where, you know, 4 of you guys were up and you were pushing, and the two remaining remaining opponents were able to push you back and then take Baron. Why did you decide to back off and play that safe?
Initially, I called out, back out, so we can do Baron. It's a little loud and a little cluttered in here. So, and also, it's just basically the memo didn't get through to all our players. So we weren't as coordinated as we would like to. So we kind of just trailed out one by one. And that just ultimately led to them killing our carry, taking Baron, taking down our towers and inhibitors. And I think that was the defining moment of when we lost the game.
Let's talk about bans and picks. What was your decision to choose a Soraka over someone else that would have, maybe been able to counter Malzahar better?
We chose a Soraka because actually they didn't have Malzahar. We have Malzahar. I think they had Alistar.
Alzahar is what I meant. I'm sorry.
Alistar.
Alistar,
And they had
Alzahar.
They had Karthus. The point of Soraka is just to nullify Karthus, right? Because Karthus can hit anyone, anywhere. And so Soraka should be able, in theory, to heal anybody anywhere and just kind of wash that out. Yeah.
Obviously, with this loss, this means that the next game that you guys are going to be playing against Team Solo Mid, you'll be facing off against your brother. How do you feel about that?
I think it's going to be a really, really rough game. Generally, because we do practice together, right? We're in the same house. We talk strategies. So he basically knows how to play us inside out. And we kind of know each other pretty well. But I think they have one up on us because out of the last couple of weeks scrimming, they have been coming out ahead.
Well, it's been an action-packed day. You guys have played awesome, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to kick it over to Karen, who's going to be talking with the other team.
And I would like to say something.
Hello, everyone. So I'm here with Shushay from Team Fnatic, who just won the last game that we watched. So I want to ask you about your cosplay here. You are the best Gragas cosplayer I've seen at DreamHack. Can you tell me, did you make it yourself?
Well, I wanted to get a barrel somewhere, and apparently Melissan found barrel it's worthy of being filled with something to drink, obviously. And I would like to ask the fans to support the idea of making Gragas Shushay skin.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm gonna make the post on the forum later, and yeah.
See, I think we're going to have to see a petition form and a lot of signatures if we want to get that skin made. So help us out, get a Shushay Gragas skin. So were you dressed like that during the match?
No, because it would be quite cold at the moment, and it's not handy to keep the barrel while playing,
Yeah, you might have been cheating too. You might have been too distracting for the other team, so
Yeah, but maybe I would be able to make like a drunk style master, play style.
Yeah, maybe. So, talking about that last game now, so there was a lot of back and forth. We honestly didn't know, who was going to win at all. Were there any moments in that game where you were like, yes, we've won this, or yes, we've lost this?
At the end, yes. After we took the 3 inhibitors, I was like, yeah, we're gonna take Baron, and after that, we're probably gonna end the game. But before that, when enemy pushed the middle lane, every single turret and then the inhibitor, I was pretty worried. I was actually thinking like, yeah, if we don't do something fast, we're gonna lose this. And we happened to manage to pull it off, and I'm quite happy. And the most annoying thing, double lift Blitzcrank. Never playing against it. Just rage quit, please. People, yeah.
That's right. That was the first Blitzcrank we've seen played all of our, Season 1 tournaments so far. So that was very exciting for us to see that pick and see what you guys did with that. So it was really, really great. So, what do you think bought you the victory in the end? Was it your team comp? Was it just your general strategy? What was that?
I think, the team composition, because at the end of the game, I was doing slightly less damage, for example, than Lamia, but I was able to keep some champions away, so our Ashe could obliterate the enemy. And yeah, that's all that. The teamwork, and yeah, we were pretty scared of Wayne as well, because she was dealing insane amount of damage. If I didn't ultimate instantly, I was dead. So.
Definitely. And so, you're moving on to the winners bracket finals tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that?
We're gonna try to do our best, and we hope we can win. It's a bit scary to play against AA because they are good, and they are the team that European team that wins the most of us in the servers. So we're gonna try our best, and we will see what happens.
Great. We're so excited to see you play tomorrow. Hopefully you'll wear your costume again, and we're gonna throw it back to the commentators for end of day recap.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are going to do the sign off pretty quickly. We're going to go over actually, wow, my voice is giving out as you can tell. I was yelling at the top of my lungs for about half that game. Okay, there we go, clear the voice again. Yes, so the scheduled matches will be coming on screen very shortly, so you know when to tune in tomorrow. Depending on your time zone today, if you're farther east in Europe or if you're in Asia, it's going to be today for you. But here we go, up on the screen. You can still see my hand off to the left-hand side. Awesome, thumbs up. There we go, going to put that one on the screen. Excellent. AAA and Fnatic. Going to be the first match up, 13:30 CEST, which is going to be 4:30 in the morning Pacific Coast, 7:30 in the morning on the East in the USA. The rest of these I'm not going to quite dole out because I'm going to screw up the math and make it wrong. That's 1:30 in the afternoon in case you don't read 24-hour clocks. But 13:30 is when it's starting out, and I don't know if we're pushing the matches like we were today, where once the game ends, next one starts immediately. I don't know if that's what's going on, but 13:30 is when to tune in to start tomorrow. The games might push through, or we might just segment them down. Because I know we're actually going to be casting on the Dream Arena stage for the grand finals. I'm pretty sure of that one. So that is where we're going to be. Tune in about 14 hours, actually. Actually, my math is completely wrong. Let's see, it's 15 hours. 15 hours is about right. If my math is correct, could be wrong, but it's late. But I think it's in about 15 hours. We're going to be back on the air for the winner bracket finals, AAA versus Fnatic. They've only played once together so far. That was in the groups. And they're back together again.
Yeah, and tomorrow I promise I will not be giving any score predictions.
Thank you.
Because it just ruins it for everyone.
Thank you.
You know what's going to happen when I give the score predictions out. As has happened over the last 2 days. So
just predict like 7-7, something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a draw.
But since it won't count, what are your actual predictions?
My actual predictions without score lines are against all authority to go through into the grand final, and Team Solo mid to take down Epik.
Okay, I actually think the actual reverse on both. When we had the interview from Dan, he said that TSM needed to win more against Epik, but I think they've been playing. I mean, I don't know. I guess I slightly underestimated TSM this tournament. I thought they'd lose their group stage. Yeah, they almost did, but they came out super strong, very, very, very nearly beating ultimately the #1 seed of the tournament, AAA coming through. I mean, TSM super strong, Epik super strong. I do think that Fnatic's going to win against AAA, though. I think that Fnatic can beat against all authority. I think they've been playing so incredibly well. I think PK and Shushe and Lamia Zelt, all three of them playing so incredibly well. And certainly the players on against all authority very strong as well. But I think they're just playing on that next level. And they played at IEM earlier this year. Fnatic came out ahead. I just think they've got it in them. I think Fnatic is the LAN team to beat. That when they're ready to go and they're on LAN, you don't touch them. I think Fnatic, even to win it all the way through to DreamHack, all the way through the Season 1 championship, I think they're going to win against AAA. I think all the matches are going to be 2-1 for this tournament, but I think Fnatic to move on through, and I think Epik to move on through versus Team Solid Mid. It's going to be close. Apparently the odds favor TSM, but I'm feeling it for Epik. I'm feeling the troll picks from Dyrus going to carry them through, and then we haven't seen Epik versus AAA yet, so they're going to see a new match there in the loser bracket final, and the winner of that one's going to move on to face Fnatic. That's my prediction. Well, I mean, we saw Fnatic win 2-0 last time. It's going to be, if it is Fnatic versus AAA, they've already met once before, so it's going to be another weighted best of 3. And I don't think Epik can 2-0 that one. I think it'll end up being Fnatic in the end. I said Fnatic would win in the end, so that's what I think it's going to be.
Well, there's still a lot of games to go, actually. And tomorrow, of course, is the place where or the time where you're going to find it. This is the place where you're going to be able to see the games on this stream once again. And hopefully tomorrow we can continue breaking records within Western esports and maybe within esports as a whole throughout the world. I'm not sure on the exact records here and there, but I'm pretty sure we smashed everything in the west of the world.
And that makes me very happy. But when you've got to go against Korean television StarCraft, that's a harsh one to beat, right? Like you got to set your expectations high, but you got a full TV station dedicated to it. That's a high bar to reach, and we're gonna, of course, keep climbing for that one. Going to keep going for that one. I'd love for League of Legends to be the esport in the world. Certainly just getting started. It's only Season 1. It's not even done yet, and we're already doing so great. So, I mean, stay with us. League of Legends is going to be a big thing in the future as well. More surprises to come in 2011 for the game as a whole and esports in general. So another question to go on here. I have my own choices, but who do you think has been the MVP both of this series and in the tournament so far in general?
Of this series, I'm going to say Shushi.
Okay.
I think he just played absolutely amazing throughout. Really great to watch his Alistair, actually. He's just an amazing, amazing player. Of the tournament as a whole, I'm going to probably look a little bit over towards Against All Authority, because I do have my little favourites amongst the players, which I'm not going to reveal, actually.
Missing the entire team, or
my favourites? I mean,
who's the MVP?
But in terms of an MVP, I think so far, Sushi. We saw XPK playing amazingly
Wait,
today.
didn't you just say we're going to go over AAA and then just say Sushi anyway?
I said I have my favourites
okay.
in AAA, but I'm going to go with Sushi.
Okay, well, unless I heard incorrectly, we're ready to kick it over to Karen to close out the day. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, but Karen, take it over.
Hi, I'm Karen Vanook.
And I'm Andrew Beagle, and oh my God, what an amazing day it was here at the Season 1 Championship here at DreamHack. We said yesterday, how are we ever going to top it? I think it's safe to say that we did so today, and at a peak concurrency on our stream at 210,000 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the Season 1 Championship with us.
It was thanks to all of you guys that we got to that number. Now tomorrow is a very big day. We have our big grand finals. We're going to crown a winner tomorrow, so let's see if we can take that concurrent viewer number and double or triple that tomorrow. I think we can do it.
I think so too. And it all ends tomorrow. Tomorrow, the end of Season 1, our first competitive season for League of Legends. Tomorrow, tune in. It's going to be amazing. Coverage starts at 1:30 p.m. GMT +2, and I'm not sure what time that is in the U.S., but check the website. We'll have updated times for you as well.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good night.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness, if you wanna